Carifta Games 2023. Alana Reid Impervious in 100-meter heats, while Sha Carri Richardson shocks in Miramar Invitational. Wow. Why people I can't. Anyway. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, are you ready? Wanna read it ready? Yep, good to go. Well, Sha Carri Richardson shocked in the prelims of the 100-meter heats over there at the Miramar Invitational. The young lady whose personal best in 100 meters is an astounding 10.72, which ties her with Marie-Jose Talu and makes her the 7th fastest woman all time in the history of the 100-meter sprints. Today, she ran an astounding 10.75 to enter the finals as the fastest with the fastest time. Sha Carri followed with a time of 10.89, the second fastest qualifying time, with Javian Oliver running 11.08, English Gardner 11.09. The Jamaicans, which include Natasha Morrison, who came 7th with 11.13, also qualifying, and Shakora Wallace 11.16 to come 10th, also qualifying, and Keshika Cameron running a PB 11.22 to qualify, as well as Jamaica's Janelle Smith, who came 14th with a time of 11.33. Now, the time is a shocker because it's a pretty fast time, 10.75. But I must point out to you, hastily, very, very quickly, that the wind was not legal. So this is not a legitimate time. In other words, she had a plus wind behind her, meaning plus means the wind is behind the athlete, pushing them towards the finishing line, therefore giving them almost a boost, so to speak. Minus means the athlete is running into the wind, so that he or she is running into wind resistance as they approach the finishing line. So in this instance, the wind was 2.8 now miles per second. That's a plus 2.8 miles per second wind, which really means under normal circumstances that this 10.75, as impressive as it is not considered a legitimate time, and therefore it is not a world leading time. Okay, it's there. She ran 10.75, but she had a plus 2.8 wind behind it. In fact, the wind was all over the place in Miramar. I think Natasha Morrison, the wind was plus 4 point something. Just insane wind all over the place. So as impressive as 10.75 is, and it was a shocker to everyone. I mean, you should have seen the faces. Yeah, but it's not a legitimate time. You get me? So, just had to point that out to you. But kudos, that's a pretty impressive time, even with a plus 2.8 wind behind you. What Bob say? Now you get what you want. Do you want more? All right, you all asked for more 400-meter coverage, and that we're going to give to you now. Earlier in today's early session, in the opening day, I believe, of the Carifta Games happening over there in the Bahamas, Jamaicans stood strong in the one-track sprint, better known as 400 meters. In the under 20 men's 400 meters, heading into the semifinals, Jamaicans Deshaun Dennis and Delano Kennedy both cruised in with the first and third fastest times going into the semifinals in the 400 meters, winning his heat in a very impressive 47.44. Deshaun Dennis enters the semifinals with the fastest time, ahead of Guyana's Wesley Noble, who ran also very impressive 47.59. And with the third fastest time entering the semifinals is Jamaica's Delano Kennedy, who enters with that third fastest time, a time of 47.74. Alan Lacroix, of the GLP ran 47.80 to take that fourth position. We're looking really, really good people in that one lap, in the one lap people. Now, in the under 17 girls, one lap 400 meter, and heading to the semi-finals, it is Jamaica's Jodie Ann Daly and Rosalie Gallimore, who entered the semi-finals of the under 17 400 meter girls with the first and third fastest time. Jodie Ann Daly ran 55.41 with on cruise control. In the second spot, I believe it's the Chanel Thomas, who ran 55.72 to take the second spot, and Jamaica's Rosalie Gallimore, as I said, entered the semi-finals with the third fastest time of 56.03. They both girls, you know what? In fact, to be very honest, the 400 meter contestants, I think, look very, very competitive, and this is not going to be a walk in the park. Now, Jamaica's Alana Reid, as one would anticipate, was impervious, unbeatable, untouchable. There was no one even close to her in her opening heat in the under 20 women's 100 meters. She just looked impeccable, almost on cruise control. However, she did not enter with the fastest time, as she did, if you remember, the Easter Boys and Girls Champs. It's about managing the rounds, people. Alexis James of Jamaica was also extremely impressive. In fact, she entered with a faster time into the semi-finals, or is it the finals, of the under 20 100 meter women's. She ran 11.52, and Alana Reid enters with the third fastest time, a time of 11.57. Lacina Locker enters with the fourth fastest time of 11.74, and the fastest qualifier was Sana Frederick, who of Trinidad and Tobago, who ran a time of 11.47 with a plus 2.6 wind ahead of her. Same thing with Alana Reid.
Alana Reid at 10.92 for 4 minutes.
As you can see there, Alana Reid just looked impervious, unbeatable, untouchable. She just looks remarkable. I was sort of looking forward to seeing her and Adija Hodge go at it, but as you probably saw in the earlier story, Adija Hodge did not report for her heat in the under 20 women's 100 meters. We explained that there was some issue with travel, or I've also heard that she probably twisted her ankle. I'm not quite sure. That's what I heard after that. Maybe she twisted her ankle or something. So they were just being cautious, and she didn't bother. She's not going to run the 100 meters. She decided not to run the 100 meters and probably will be contesting the 200 meters. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. So as that information changes, we'll try to ensure that we get you the correct information. But that little snippet you saw, Alana Reid just looks amazing, and so did Alexis James. We are such a blessed community. But I'm going to also say this to you, there's some other, the Caribbean athletes, in my estimation, these juniors are very impressive. I was very impressed watching this morning. Great contest. It's not going to be a walk in the park for Jamaica. These athletes, our brothers and sisters throughout the Caribbean, are incredibly talented. It looks amazing. But as I stated, Alana Reid just looks impervious. Just can't be beat. I should never say not anything is possible, but at this point, she's in splendid form. She looks remarkable. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, you are royals, kings, and queens. Bless up.